Let's get into some personal finance now, though. Approaching 20 to 8, we have Jasmine Birtles with us, a financial expert, a business commentator, and a founder of MoneyMagpie.com. You're a whole load of things, Jasmine Birtles. Good morning to you.
Absolutely. I mean, I wake up in the morning and think, who am I today? I remember.
Well, today you're talking finance with me, Jasmine, and you'd like to talk about hotel booking sites and how they're going to be investigated. I've been reading about this. I've been reading the top 2 or 3 lines of this for about a week or so. But give me some detail. What are they alleged to have done wrong?
Well, it's kind of a story we do hear quite a lot about, just comparison sites generally. I think the CMA and also, the FCA have looked into other comparison sites saying, are you really comparing properly? Because you've got all these lists of apparent deals. Are they really deals? And to be fair, I think quite a few of them aren't properly deals. I think there are quite a few items on these comparison sites that they've organised themselves. They're getting a kickback, of course, to do this, and we're using them, thinking, we've got special discounts here. Then they find actually you can get cheaper deals elsewhere. So they're really looking into this to see if they are being fair to us, or if they're just weighting it so that the ones that are paying them more money are getting further up on the list.
And Jasmine, they get about 15%, don't they, of the booking? If you go through one of these sites, it's 15 or 20% to them. I mean, if you made a direct phone call to a hotel, the chances are you would get a cheaper rate.
It's possible. Yeah, it is possible. I mean, I've done it once or twice. I've looked on one of the sites, found a rate, then I've called the hotel direct. And sometimes, yes, they will either do the same rate or better. Other times they go, oh, no, that's our online rate. No, we haven't got anything better than that. So it kind of depends on your amount of time and your tenacity, really. You can spend some time phoning around lots of hotels and you could get a better deal. I think a lot of people will look at it and think, it's good enough. I can't be bothered. I'll just use one of these sites and get something sort of half decent. The other thing to consider, and this is something I've been told by travel agents, is that sometimes if you book something through one of these sites, the hotel will go, oh, it's done through a comparison site, right? We won't give them the best room. They kind of have different levels of customers, if you like.
Yes.
And I can't tell you definitely that this is the case. This is what I've heard from booking agents, that's the way they think.
I guess we'll find out some more. So if you go through one of those sites, you end up just the other side of the kitchen, right by the motorway. Lovely, thank you. Interest rates. We talk about this each and every week. Interest rate about to rise or not. Actually, even if it can only go up a quarter point anyway. The Monetary Policy Committee at the Bank of England have got their credibility on the line. I mean, they've been warning about this for so long, haven't they?
Absolutely.
It's only going to go back up to 0.5%. And I mean, it's hardly seismic. They talk about it being the first possible rise in 3 million years, but actually,
yes.
It's only going back to where it was a year ago.
Well, yes, exactly. And it might not even do that. It really is a sort of a half and half thing. I look at it and think, yeah, it would kind of make sense for it to go back, as you say, just by 0.25% back to where it was before the referendum. And certainly, if you've got a mortgage, if you've got a tracker mortgage, it's really not going to make a huge difference if it goes by 0.25%. It's more of a sort of psychological thing, really, for everybody. Go, oh, actually, yes, we are now finally going in a different direction. This is probably the start of more, but it's not definite by any means. It certainly Mark Carney was pretty strong a few weeks ago, saying, we're really looking at putting it up now. We really think it is, but things change every day, and the economy is not particularly strong. Certainly if you're an exporter, it's not bad because you've got the low pound, but there are a lot of elements of the economy that need propping up at the moment. So frankly, I'm very grateful I'm not on that committee. I think it's an horrendous decision to make. Should they go up yet? Will it harm the economy or not?
We're talking about cryptocurrencies at the moment, and we're talking about Catalonia this hour on LBC. anything can happen. We don't know what's going to go on in Catalonia, but I've heard the possibility of them having a different currency. I've heard that there are plans afoot somewhere out there, and I'm sorry I don't know more about it, but could you tell us all what a cryptocurrency is, please?
Yes, well, you may have heard of Bitcoin.
Never understood it.
No, quite well. It's a whole new way of thinking about money. It's a different concept, and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, basically digital currencies, they're based on something called blockchain, which is a new type of technology, but essentially anybody, you and I, could set up a cryptocurrency. There's nothing to stop us, frankly. I could set up Jasmine Coin. I'm considering it now. Why not? But the way it works is it's decentralized. So you don't need a bank, you don't need a government, you don't need anything, because it's all run on a whole load of computers all around the world, and there's no central authority. It's all ratified by all these different computers. So Catalonia is saying, it's saying it might, if it gets independent, if it does go independent, it could set up its own currency, and nobody can stop it. It can set up, Catalan coin or whatever. It doesn't need to have a particular bank to do it. It's if you like, a sort of parallel economic system, financial system that can be set up, and there are a number of them already, around the world. And Japan is really pushing this whole cryptocurrency system.
Why though, Jasmine? Why would that be something that you would want to do?
Well, I think there are a few reasons. One is because you want to. I suppose it's a bit like, Jonathan Davis said, you're fed up with the central banks, the central authorities, you're fed up with government, and you think that you can do it better, actually, or you want to, and this is sort of essentially what's behind Bitcoin, you want to devolve power to the people, democratization of currency. So this is kind of what's behind this. Wow. It's quite a revolution, frankly.
It really is, and not one. I mean, you've done your best there, and I have listened, Jasmine. Thank you very much. I certainly know more than I did before.